Hey guys, I am back. We have a very special guest. I'm really excited to talk to him because you know what? I have watched him since I was a kid on Dukes of Hazzard as Bo Duke. You probably know him as Bo Duke at a lot of other shows he's been on. And now he's in a brand new movie called Poker Run, which comes out November 26th on CineflixDOD and DVD. It's John Schneider. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a lot of letters there. It's Cineflix DOD. Why Hollywood calls it VOD, which means video on demand, I don't get it. It's digital. I mean, come on, Hollywood, right?
Exactly. I totally agree with that.
Cool. Well, I'm excited about it. This is our the 10th movie that my bride and I have made since we met, and we only met 7 years ago. So we've been doing great, and she's the one that talked me into going back into a car. She said, John, if you get on a dirt road in a fast car and make a movie, people are going to want to see it. I'm a little slow. She was right.
But you did jump the General Lee, I think, was it in 2019, right?
I did. Yeah, I jumped the General Lee in 2019. Here at an event that we did, and while I did that, we filmed it. We put 8 cameras on it, and I used that jump in our first car movie we did, which was called Christmas Cars, not Cards, but Christmas Cars, and that movie did really well for us. It's available at CineflixDOD or JohnSchneiderStudios.com, and then we made a movie called Stand on It, which is a tribute to Smokey and the Bandit, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. And I actually was in it. I was in one shot, the very last shot of Smokey and the Bandit. I skipped school, talked my way onto the set, spent the entire day with Jackie Gleason, which was so fun. Because I'm actually from New York State. So Jackie Gleason and I got to talk about New York and different bars my stepfather went to, but I wound up in that movie. So many years later, we did this tribute to Smokey and the Bandit, and now that did so well, people wanted to see the characters more. I play Duke Marietta. Cody McCarver plays Frosty, the you-know-what. Then we have Mindy Robinson plays Fred. So we have a wonderful cast of characters, and we revisited that movie with another film, and it's called Poker Run. So it's fast cars, it's silly sheriffs, it's dirt roads and gravel roads and dirt track and racing boats and all kinds of stuff that I grew up watching when I was a kid, brought to me basically in the 70s and 80s. Really by 2 people, Burt Reynolds and Hal Needham. Yeah. So both of those gentlemen became very dear friends of mine, and they both passed on. So I feel that there's a certain, a wonderful, delightful obligation for me to revisit and bring this genre back for young moviegoers. And so far, it's been great, just great. And it's not like Fast and Furious. You know, a lot of these horsepower-based films take themselves so seriously, yeah, that they kind of take the fun out of it, and they do these things with CGI that can't be done. Everything we do in Poker Run, car stunt wise, somebody got in a car and did it, and many of the times the person that got in the car and did it was me. And I'm still here.
Didn't wreck too bad, huh?
No. Well, it looks, I had a wonderful stunt coordinator, and there's a lot of care goes into safety, because when you do a stunt, you're about to wreck a car. It's not like, I also race. My wife and I both race dirt track, and you hope you're not going to wreck. You prepare for it, but you hope that's not going to happen. When you're jumping a car over a lake, which I did in Poker Run, I know I'm going to be jumping a car over a lake. And like they say, what goes up must come down, and when the car comes down on the other side, you want the right safety measures in place.
What does it feel like? I mean, to hit that ground or that ramp so hard. I mean, does like things fly off the car and
things fly everywhere? Yeah. Our guys, believe it or not, your adrenaline is going so fast that you really don't feel anything. I didn't feel anything from the jump and poker run until maybe 2 or 3 days later. And then I was just a little bit sore, kind of like, I don't know if you've ever done a yoga class, but 3 days after your first yoga class is a mind-blowing thing. So that's kind of like what that felt like. Because you're not only strapped in, but you're suspended, you're surrounded by a roll cage, you have a helmet and a Hans device. There's all kinds of stuff that you do to make sure that you are as safe as possible doing something that is, you know, a little wild.
I like wild. I would do it. I would get in the car. I would do it.
Yeah, why not? So next time we're going to do if this works out well, and I believe that it will. People, I think only 5 or 6 people have seen Poker Run now in my cast and crew group that got a screener. Mm-hmm. So it seems to me like we have maybe even a bigger hit on our hands with this one. So the plan is to do another one next year, and that one's going to be called Double or Nothing. And in that one, since I believe it's going to be it's the third, and I think it's going to be the final one of our Stand on It series, I'm going for it. So I'm writing that now, and I'm writing. Believe it or not, the safest thing you can land in when you jump a car is boxes, because they compact as you hit. They compress like an accordion as you hit them. So I'm writing a scene in the movie now where, at the end of it, in order to get there first, I've got to jump like 175 feet. But because I'm Duke Marietta, I've called ahead and said, hey, put those boxes out there. So I don't have to pretend that I didn't jump into boxes. I'm going to work it into the script where there's a moving truck and people have put a stack of boxes out there 5-6 feet high. And then I'm going to hit a ramp not far from where we're talking right now. And I'm going to jump that Hellcat at least 150 feet. And I can't wait. I'm 61 years old. I can't wait.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the spirit like I do, for sure. I do crazy, crazy things. And people are always like, I can't believe you're going to do that. I'm like, just hold your seat. Wait till it's over.
It keeps you young. Yeah. And the people that have seen Poker Run, they say, I feel like I'm in the car with you. Mm-hmm. And that's good. When I was a kid and Burt Reynolds was the king of the world, everybody who left Smokey and the Bandit wanted to drive like that. You know, so we show our movies a lot in drive-ins. So the real tell for me, our first drive-in is Sparta, Tennessee, and then we've got the Birdsong Drive-In in Camden, Tennessee. The real tell for me will be listening as people leave the theater. Mm. You know, if I hear people skidding their tires in the dirt and then squealing them out on the asphalt, then I'll know that we actually have a big hit on our hands.
That's cool. And it's cool that you're going towards drive-ins, because I mean, I remember seeing some amazing movies there. I went and saw Ghostbusters 2. I think Kid 2 I saw there too, and a couple other ones. So I mean, that's good times.
Well, one of the really good things that came out of the whole mandate nonsense is that as they were closing indoor movie theaters in 2020, a lot of drive-in movie theaters, not only ones that stayed open, got more business, but a lot of people reopened drive-ins that had been closed for decades. And it's fantastic. So they've remained open. And it's, I have wonderful memories as a kid. I'm from New York State. I used to go to the drive-in all the time. We used to go to Cape Cod every summer, and there was a beautiful drive-in theater there. We'd get an ice cream, we'd go to the drive-in. So I'm glad that drive-ins are now part of, that young people have any idea what a drive-in is. 3 years ago, most people under 20 had no, or 30 even, had no idea what a drive-in was, unless they were raised right.
Exactly, being raised right. That's the key.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm here in Florida, and I think there used to be like two. There's the Funland, and then there's one up in Dade City, which is kind of out in the sticks, which is really a neat place to see these things. And
Yeah,
I went over there and I saw Dragon, and I didn't know there was one. I didn't care what movie it was going to be. I just wanted to go to a drive-in.
there's
Again,
an experience.
there I went.
A whole different experience at the drive-in. Yeah. So Florida's had a lot of drive-ins. My mother was from Sanford, Florida.
Okay.
So we used to go there every summer as well. And I love the whole drive-in experience. I love the sound of it. I think popcorn tastes better outside, and we were that family that would pull the station wagon or back the station wagon in and watch the movie from the back of the station wagon.
Best way to do it.
And nowadays, it's piped in through your FM receiver in your car. So you're actually in 5.1 surround sound. So the sound in your car is really better than in any movie theater anywhere anyway, unless you're in an old car with an AM radio. But if you're in anything that's 10 years young or newer, your sound experience is going to be great. And in Poker Run, that's what's back here behind me. The cars have to, you have to feel like you're in the cars, and when they jump and when they hit things, it's got to be invasive. It's got to be right in your face, bam, and it is. So if you buy the DVD, and folks, I hope that you do. I have an app. It's called John Schneider. It'll take you to my store. It'll take you to where you can stream the movies. We're independent distributors as well. We don't sleep with the enemy. Okay. We don't dance with the enemy. We don't eat with the enemy. We don't romance the enemy. We do everything ourselves because we believe that if you are an independent artist, that's what you should do. You should not have a dream to be an independent artist only so that the machine that you're supposedly against will come and buy your product.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think that's the way it works. So if you get the DVD and you have a 5.1 surround system in your house, and many people do, you can get it at Best Buy. Our mix on the DVD is 5.1, so it's huge. It's wonderful, and it'll put you right in the car beside me or beside Mindy, or in the truck with Frosty, or heaven forbid in the topless cop car with Sonny and Papa. It's great fun.
That's really cool that you are independent, because I don't see too many people that do that. But how did you manage to continue to go through the COVID, because everything was shut down in Hollywood? I mean, everything. So could you continue to do what you wanted to do and make a living? That's awesome.
We're in Louisiana. We just did it. Remember, I am from New York. I am a stubborn person. And so when everybody shut down, the third day of production on Stand On It is when everything everywhere else came to a screeching halt. We altered how we chose to film. I'm an independent filmmaker. I'm also a photographer. I'm a director. So I then said, okay, well, we shot everything we could with everybody. I'm going to go out and shoot the rest of the movie myself. We own the cameras, we own the lights, we own the cars. So we went out and shot in Stand On It. Many times when the police are chasing me, I'm chasing myself. But we didn't stop. We did not stop. In fact, we went to Nashville. We recorded all the music for Stand On It in Nashville. So that's when we started putting all of our music in the movies. Same thing now with Poker Run. So if you are in bed, I'll say that again, if you're in bed with people who can turn you off, then you're at the mercy of them. You're not operating as an independent filmmaker. You're operating with permission. Well, I don't need permission in our business model. I don't need, and my wife doesn't need, and our friends who work with us don't need permission to dream big. We dream big. And like I said, the gear is ours, the studio is ours, the cars are ours. I edit them right here. We just went on ahead, and in many ways, it was the best thing that ever happened to us, because then when we made Poker Run, we shot for like 10 days in a very standard, very small crew. Filmmaking is very much like anything else. The more experience you have, the less gear you need. And yeah, you learn what's not, you learn what not to worry about. So I've been doing this really since 1968. So there's a lot of things people worry about that I just don't worry about. So we shot for 10 days, and then I went out with a very small group of people when we could for about 30 days, but maybe an hour here, an hour and a half there, 2 hours here, and shot little pieces of the movie all throughout this summer. And we went back to Nashville and we recorded the new music for it. We did a song called Poker Run. We did a song called Let's Get Dirty about dirt track racing. And I was able to come up to my little room here and put the movie together one little piece at a time, just like I used to do 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzles with my grandmother in Sanford, Florida.
That's cool.
I haven't reinvented anything. I'm just doing what I did in 1968.
Yeah, and that's great. I love that. I mean, that's what I love about the entrepreneurial spirit, that we can do stuff like that. You just got to have the passion and the vision for it. Now,
yeah, don't let anybody tell you no.
No.
And by the way, if somebody does, then take that as a good sign. Take that as a sign that you're on to something, because someone is trying to stop you.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Opposition is a good thing. Think about whatever it is that you're doing, like a sport. If you've got the basketball and you're not double teamed, then you're probably not a very good player.
True.
So live a life that invites opposition. And I promise you'll enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now,
I can tell you do. You're wonderful.
I do. I love this kind of stuff. And I know that you're also a musician. So do you write your own musical scores for these movies as well? Because, I mean, that can be challenging to get that done right.
I have many, many great friends in Nashville and around. Cody McCarver, Keith Burns, Bobby Tomerlin, a bunch of dear friends. And we will write songs. Because I write the screenplays, I'll tell them what the movie is about. I'll give them like a bullet point list of what the movie is about. They will come back to me with some ideas for songs, and then we'll write them together. In the case of Let's Get Dirty, which is a song about dirt track racing, Cody already had that. So we pulled that out of his shoebox and redid it. So we do very little like traditional music, traditional movie scoring. What we'll do is we'll have a version of all of the songs with the lyrics, and then a version that's just an instrumental. And I'll weave in the instrumental version all throughout the movie to kind of breed a familiarity with where we are in the movie. And it helps that helps to make a movie that was shot over the period of a couple of months appear and sound as if it happened over 90 minutes. So it helps to the continuity of it.
That's really cool. You know, I've always wanted to be like an actress or be in movies or television some way, somehow. So to watch you talk about this stuff, it's so exciting. And, you know, I know that the dream's there, but I kept thinking maybe I'm just too old. But then I realized that's not necessarily the case anymore.
No. Well, when we next time we do something, you want to be in it, I'll put you in it. Come on up and be in it.
I'd love that. I would be there in a heartbeat.
Come and we'll have you do something. Tell me, you've got my number here. Let me know the kind of stuff. We're a dirt road car movie. Okay. and it has to do with betting. So I'll put you in there somewhere. Why not?
Exactly.
I like you. And that's how that, by the way, that's how we cast the movies anyway. You know, we have friends who have a certain look, have a certain, you know, attitude about them, which obviously you do, and it's great. So we say, okay, I'm going to find a spot and I'll put you in there. It might be a waitress, it might, who knows what. But I'm not one of those guys that the only thing I disliked about my career was the part where I had to go audition for people after I was already a celebrity.
Yeah.
I understand before that, but I got to that point where I'm saying, dude, look, if you want me for your movie, hire me for your movie. If you don't know who I am, then why are we talking?
Yeah.
You know, go look at, if you want me to be a bad guy, go look at Nip Tuck, go look at Leverage, go look at the haves and have-nots. But I'm not going to come in there and do your little dance. Yeah. So there, because remember, I am from New York.
I know that all too well because I'm from Connecticut myself, so I have a very stubborn streak. So yeah, I can relate to that.
Yep. So because of that, I don't ever put anybody through that. I refuse. So it's not just I don't want it to happen to me. I don't want it to happen to you either. It's demeaning, and the audition process really has nothing to do with the process of making a film anyway.
That's
so
true.
There, but more about that. I'll explain that on the set. You have a dog. I just saw.
I mean, that's dog. The only problem about working from home now is that you have fun. You have little fur friends that like to talk. But it's real. That's what I love about my show. It's real, you know.
Yep.
And sometimes they come in and they get in the, like they're all coming over here now.
There's a bunch of them. There's two of them. It's hard to tell, folks, because the. No, everybody can see that too. Yeah, the background is so out of focus.
It's so embarrassing.
Look like little fur balls. But so, folks, while Emma gets her dogs under control, go to your app store on your phone or on your desktop and get a hold of my app. It's called John Schneider. It's free. It'll work on anything you've got. It'll take you directly to CineflixDOD.com. It'll take you to JohnSchneiderStudios.com. There's a wonderful little game, a little scratch-off game on there now where you can win free merchandise, or if you're close by, tickets to the movies at the drive-ins. It's a lot of fun. My lovely bride, my smile, Alicia, helped design this app. And in the world of apps, it is top-notch. It's a 5 out of 5 stars. And I had nothing to do with it.
Well, John, thank you for coming on and talking to me about this. This is so cool. I have bought Christmas Cars, and I do love that movie. It's a great movie. I can't wait to watch it again for Christmas time. And I love what you've done. I've loved watching you in your career, and hopefully someday I would love to be able to work with you for sure.
Text me your number. Text me your information. I'll keep it for when we're doing the next one.
And guys, I got to take a quick commercial break. I got to pay bills. I'll be back in 2. Don't go anywhere.
Like, OMG, you were on TV and junk.